Alright, dudes, let's talk about Curse of the Fly, which is the third sequel in the original Fly trilogy, and it is one of those that I haven't seen before. Like I said, I didn't see Return of the Fly either. That was the first watch as well for this channel review, and I was interested because I didn't mind Return of the Fly. I thought Return of the Fly was fun, and Curse of the Fly is an interesting one because I'm going to give mild spoilers. I'm not going to fully spoil this movie, but the one mild spoiler I'll give this movie is that there's no flies in this movie. It's not about that. It's more of a curse of the fly, which is the curse of this family. And I like the fact that these characters are cursed to keep doing what, and I mean, like they've got, like, they have the right to not do it, but they've got the curse to keep going. The Delambre family, like, they are descendants from the ones from the first two movies, and they keep making these experiments of teleportation because they really want to do it, but keep screwing themselves over like in the other two movies. So I really like that. I thought that was interesting that they don't have any of the actors from the last two movies. Vincent Price isn't in this one, and I read online that he had negotiations with, like, or obligations with another company that he was already doing before this one was made, so he couldn't return to this. And this one is about Martin Delambre, which again is a descendant of, like, the one of the family members from the other movies, and he meets this girl Patricia who is running away from a mental institution, and they fall in love, and she starts to figure out, like, his family's sinister secret, and I like that. I think that that's fascinating, and I like too that they make this Patricia character seemingly go crazy because she keeps seeing stuff, but then there's no proof of it, and I really like that mystery of it. And I thought that this movie, even though it's not really about the fly, it's about the family that created the fly. I like this idea. I thought this was a fascinating movie, and I thought it was actually honestly pretty solid. I thought it was solid like The Return of the Fly. They're not as good as the original or the David Cronenberg one, but still these are fun sequels. And I honestly really dug this one. It's got some really goofy stuff in it though. There's a moment where the opening credits are slow-mo with the character Patricia running around in her underwear out of a mental institution, and I can't help but be reminded of Scary Movie when Carmen Electra does it, and I think that that's why they did it in Scary Movie, probably, because I'm trying to think of another horror movie where, like, a character is running around in their bra and panties, like, out in the darkness. I wonder. I'm trying to remember if there's any more, but I know that Scary Movie did this parody, so I feel like they probably used this movie as reference to do that, which makes it really funny in Scary Movie. But watching it in this movie in 1965, I was like, really? They're having a woman go out in her underwear, like, running around out in the dark? Like, I was surprised. Because, like, in 1960, they had Psycho, where, like, it was really, really, like, risque to have Janet Leigh in a black bra. So, I mean, it's like, it's interesting to see that they did that in this movie where she's running around in her bra and panties. But it's a really funny moment. It's hilarious because the music is so somber and then, like, melodramatic, and, like, it's just her running around, and it's really silly with the mood and how they do that. And I really did like all the acting in these characters. I thought that all these characters were fun and interesting, and I liked some of these actors are pretty creepy. Like, the people that work for Martin are really just weird and creepy looking, and I really like that. And again, this isn't about the flies, but it's about these people getting genetically mutated, and the effects now, like the other Fly movies, like like these three movies, like, they're cheesy, but they're still fun. Like, there's a moment where Patricia sees a character and he's all deformed, and it's just like she's got, like, just half of her face has got, like, a cover on it, and it doesn't look very realistic. But for its time, people were probably scared out of their wits watching that. But now it's cheesy, but it still gives the movie its charm, and I still like these effects, even though they're not as great as they would be later, like, practically. So I did like that. And I did like these characters. I did like the mystery of it. And I did like the fact that even though it's not about the fly, it's just about this family. And I thought that it was actually still an interesting movie because I, like, halfway through the movie, I think, like, maybe at the end of the movie, I was like, wait, are there not any flies in this movie? It's after they showed the picture of the last one, who Philip, he got, like, deformed by the fly. And that's they mention it, and I'm like, wait, there's not even any flies in this movie or fly mutations. They're just talking about it, and it didn't hit me until the end of the movie, but I was like, wow, I was still invested. I still like this, even though it wasn't about that. It's still about mutation and still about teleportation and the family, but it's not. It doesn't show like a fly like mutated. So I still thought that it was still fun overall. I really actually did enjoy this way more than I expected. It was fun. It was thrilling. It was entertaining. I had a good time with it. I thought it was a solid sequel, just like Return of the Fly.